Yeah, I'm live. This is Volothan Modulus Tautology, the problem analysis consultant. And that's my official title on LinkedIn. Right. Now, of course, I don't go by Volothan Modulus Tautology. I go by, CF the third. Right. That's my governmental name. See, I separate real business from fake news, like political ideologies, which is a game, right? So the gaming side of my things is that's what I use. That's what I use YouTube and Facebook for, you know. Um, which can be a hustle, you know. It's I mean, I'm seeing dudes with gaming only channels is like my son likes to do Sonic the Hedgehog, so he's building a following of like-minded gamers that play, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, I do tease him once in a while, like because I do like Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's Sonic the Hedgehog is too fast for me. I'm getting too old for Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm too old for Mario. Mario, you gotta be precision jumping and all that kind of craziness. Like I can't see all that. But my love has always been the RPG, right? So I'm proud of him playing Dungeons and Dragons, actually using dice. Um, I'm not sure if it was Dustin, but I'm pretty sure it was Dustin. And Dustin is he's definitely top five, right? When you do that whole BFF and when dudes don't do that, we don't do that. That's a girl thing, you know what I mean? And so like me and Dust, when it came to gaming, Dustin had a Genesis. I had like a regular NES, right? I had to work, crazy odd jobs to save up to buy my Super Nintendo. And by the time I got my Super Nintendo, I was off campus living with my man Mike and G and Vert. Mike G and Vert, right? That was the 163. That's when we started taking it to new levels of hip hop, right? Jungle Juice and all. Shout out to George, right? Now, and all of them is that I'm naming is top five, right? So how many people can you have in your top five all time, right? I can't exclude Byron B, Kasim, right? I'm still looking for Spinny Bang. In fact, I got to text Duck. Shout out to Nez, Chris, aka Patches. All right. But what we used to do, we used to, like we when it was downtime from playing ball together, baseball, basketball, you know what I mean? But we go all the way back to freeze tag, football. With those football, we used to play tackle in front of the church. I mean, we was wild, but we was chill, right? And then shout out to Uptown, right around the corner. It was like one grade behind me, I think, and we was cool. Like it ain't as it wasn't as crazy as Compton, and that's what I got out of that movie, King Richard. If you ain't see King Richard, right? If you ain't see King Richard, you really can't have an opinion on Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. I'm just keeping it 100, right? Because when he did it, I really didn't have any feelings toward it or against it, for or against it, because I was like, I get it, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm a married man myself, so it was, so it's, you as a husband, somebody, your wife, he disrespect me, go slap the shit. You supposed to go up there and slap the shit out. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So after now, post seeing the movie, and then it's like, all right, that role that he played, right? I know it's dramatic and King Richard and how they try to dog him out and on both aspects, especially when it comes to leftist liberalism, like, because that's what I was expecting, a lot of leftist liberal garbage, right? That, like, I call, that's the woke, right? That's the left, that's the democracy, right? That's what we're trying to be like, yo, man, all this woke stuff, right? It's like, nah, me and my son are gonna play some basketball. Like, that's heteronormative. Like, what? Like, that's what the side I'm getting, being a father of a 12-year-old young man, right? Like, yeah, I don't even want to call him boy anymore. It's like, that's why I do the preteen adolescent. You know, I came on to demo a little bit of it. This is Final Fantasy 12. You know, now, yeah, you look at like a game like this, right? It's like, it's a white male protagonist. You know, he looks a little questionable, but I want to show off his sword. He got a sword now, right? That lets you know he cutting heads off, right? And then she in the background, that's his little girlfriend. All right, cool. That's them. Let them, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna build the story up of Van and Penelo, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. And enjoy the game while I play it. You see, he got 363 hit points to her. She only got 133 hit points, right? But we under, you know, she gotta have as many hit points as him. Like, nah, you see, she got 20 more mental points, right? She about to hit that mind game on the mob that we fight, right? And one of the first spells she gets is on some time mage. I can't, I'm gonna share a little bit of it, I guess, right now. But I'm short on time. I'm already 7 minutes in, and my dad and my son might come knocking at the door any minute now. So I'm not really here to rap about it right now. I'll be back a little later on. But I just wanted to check in with y'all because it's y'all want to use politics as a means of measurement of real life, right? And it's a game. Right? Instead of the ethics behind the game. Like, there's a certain ethics behind this game. You know, there's a story behind it on why do these two become, you know, I guess they eventually get married or whatever. I really don't know. Like, I got to play the game in order to see. He might find somebody else or whatever. She might move on or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, I ain't played the game, but there's more to the game than just falling in love and yada, yada. You know what I mean? But, you know, because there's a whole crazy world around them. Like, you see the whole, you know, I see a deadly wolf right over there. Look at that deadly wolf. You know what I'm saying? That thing can come over here and get murdered. He ain't gonna, you know what I mean? He ain't messing with us now. But when I first played the game, you know what I mean? He might have got a couple hits and I was like, whoa, let me find a little town. Let me find some potion to heal myself, right? But on the other side of here was some werewolves. I had my first death in the game. I ain't, you know. So off screen, I was playing. I came across some werewolves and it was like, all right, I could take them. I think, maybe, let me see. And I hit the ball and ball hit me. It was like, wow, I hit Van for like 100. Right. So it was like, all right, you know what I mean? So Penelo hit him with the time spell on it. And I was like, all right, that might help give me some time to escape. Right? Murdered her, bah. Then murdered Van, bah. So it was like, yeah, I did kind of set her up to die. But I was hoping that he get off screen and then I go, you know, bring her back to life or whatever, right? Drag her dead body. Because that's what happens. Like, you know, like in a real game of chess, me and my son been demonstrating chess, and the computer was sacrificing his queen. Like, what? Like, but it was the game trying to show you logically that some players are so bad that they will just sacrifice their queen for no reason. Like, nah, you don't sacrifice the queen for no reason, right? If I'm sacrificing my queen, best believe it's going to be checkmate in the next move or two. Right? It's going to be, I took your queen. And then it's going to be check. What? And then block here, checkmate. Right? It's going to be something that really controls the ending. You know, that's the only way I sacrifice my queen. I ain't gonna just here take my queen, like, you know. But that's what the computer, I guess, is showing my son when he was playing it early on. Like, this is how you know what I mean, take advantage when they mess up like that. If somebody used the queen, so that's the lessons that he's getting now, so that he can take it to that next level. All right. Because some people are stupid enough to just sacrifice their queen. Like, oh, I didn't see that. Like, I mean, seriously? You just gonna move your queen like in the harm's way like that, dude? Right? Unless you got a pawn to step away from becoming a queen, you don't just sacrifice your queen. But now I'm talking chess, and y'all don't even know what I'm talking about when it comes to chess. Well, some people don't. Yeah, a lot of people don't. I mean, because y'all don't want to play the game. I don't play games. I know you don't. That's why they playing a game on you. Because y'all think politics is some real, you know what I mean? It's a game. They changed the lexicon, but that lexicon ain't the word I'm using right now. What's the word I'm using again? I can't. Colloquialisms. I got to learn how to pronounce that correctly, right? Colloquialisms. Like, it's got woke in it. And then I got to learn how to spit it in a bar. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to isms. And is he looking at us? Do you want to die, hyena? Do you want to die? Might as well. He ain't want to die. Woo! That samurai sword ain't no joke. I'm surprised he took 2 hits, to be honest. But I just got the samurai sword. So she's supposed to carry a mace. She's still on a dagger type tip. And that's the wrong button. Wrong button. Okay. So let me go here to licenses, right? Because these are their jobs. She's a red battle mage. Now, what does that mean? I got to build it up. But right now she has time magic. I got to build. I got slow. Next, I got to find immobilize. Right? She changes. It's a time. Like, that's next level to me. Like, yo, I didn't know they start off with time. I thought she would get a little white mage or something in there. Then she got green magic. What is green magic? I don't even know. Decoy. So that must just throw like a dummy something on there. And then she got some arcane magic. I can't wait to start building this character up. And then she can carry maces. So I'm still working on her. You know what I mean? She just starting off. She does have enough LP to expand myself, but I got to find some of these accessories before I start branching out, you know. And of course, he's the Bushi, which is a samurai. And you know, but he's the main character. That's why I got him a little more expanded out, but I'm still working on both of them. He has another samurai sword called the Asfun. So right now he has the Kotitsu, right? But this is the game. It's Dungeons and Dragons, but it's called Final Fantasy, and Van and Pinello is my first 2 people, right? And these are the type of games that I like to play. You know what I mean? So my son plays Dungeons and Dragons. He uses actual dice. And I don't know if they use a board. I guess they use a board and everything. I've seen the rules, but his is more of a book where one of his friends is the dungeon master, and they use their imagination to roll the dice and fight monsters like this. You know, not visual descriptions, but more of a verbal description of what's around them, what the monster kind of looks like, and then pictures and stuff from the book, which I think is very creative. And I'm You know what I mean? I'm glad he's doing it. Because one of his challenges right now is who is the dungeon master. So it is him gossiping about his friends, like, you know, such and such is the dungeon master and this and that, and which is technically the leader, but it's the storyteller. And then within telling the story, the dungeon master usually is supposed to pick someone to be the leader of the group, you know, and you pick the one person to be, like, you know, there's a whole different, you know, the whole story logic behind it. But it is similar to what we were trying to do with him in the Boy Scout, the Cub Scouts. You know, him and 6 other boys or whatever, and them trying their best to learn how to be their best. The first scout law being trustworthiness. And then whoever was the most trustworthy, the scout leader, would decide, hey, right now, we need something to do. Let's organize the youngins in playing freeze tag. Such and such, you're the leader, right? It's building them upon their leadership skills, and that's all we're doing as Americans right now. So it's we're under Biden's leadership skills, and he is the worst, right? But y'all still want to act like y'all on code. Like, well, we can't say that we're not going to vote for him. It's like, gee, give me the microphone. I will tell you all day why he has to go, right? And then it's like, Trump got to go too. It's like, well, why Trump? You know, why? He's the president too. Barack's still the president, right? I shouldn't be saying Barack Obama can't have a microphone in his hand, still teaching his people. Y'all trying to say that with Trump. He can't teach his people, right? That's the first Constitution, right? The Bill of Rights. What is it called, right? The amendment, the First Amendment, right? And that's what Biden is trying to deny. The black father, right? It's no, Will Smith, you're not allowed to talk about King Richard because you slapped Chris Rock, right? And I've been saying it since day one, like, yeah, maybe he deserved to get slapped. I don't know. It's none of my business, right? You know what I mean? Did him and you know, what do you call it? Jane, you know, G.I. Jane, did him and G.I. Jane had an intimate moment? I don't know. It's none of my business. You know what I mean? But if he did, right? And she resented, and that's why he's doing a vicious attack. Like, yo, we told you before the thing, don't talk about us. And it was like, that wasn't that serious, right? I'd have slapped out him too, right? Just to keep it real with you, right? But Will was doing what a man's supposed to do. Like, yeah, you funny. It's funny. And then he's sitting there with Lupita, right? Trying to bring her along. Like, so it's, you know, he got 2 of his sisters there, and you're gonna point us out in the middle of this sea of, you know, but then I'm being anti-white racist, right? Which what Richard was trying to, King Richard, the father of Venus and Serena, and you know, were trying to show in the movie that they was going up against the same things in the midst of Rodney King getting his ass beat for being a drunk driver, right? And you're right, he shouldn't be a drunk driver. If that's what they, you know, I mean, if he was drunk or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he was innocent, right? I'm not saying George Floyd was innocent. I'm just saying George Floyd fit the description of people coming into my store and taking merchandise off the shelf in front of me and then trying to walk out the front door like it was cool. And I'm like, nah, dude, it ain't cool like that. There's no cops I can call to stop them. And then if I take the law into my own hands, right, somebody might get hurt. And if I let him walk out the door, the company is going to say, hey, you're more than 2% shrink. You got to go. even though I knew my numbers. This is the game that they playing on us. I knew my numbers, but there's more to it than knowing the numbers. It's we're going to move the goalpost to fit our narrative to mess your life up. And that's what they're doing to black men. But now they changing their tone because black men are staying off code, right? Staying off code isn't saying what ADOS is saying, down ballot independent Democrat. No. I'm not voting for them. Right? Who? Biden, I'm not voting for him. That whole party's corrupt, right? What about Trump? Well, we had a 22nd, Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and 24th president of the United States. So if he wins, I ain't got a problem with it. You know what I mean? Does he be the only second president to ever do it? You know what I mean? Is he going to give us reparations? No, I don't expect him to. You know what I mean? It will be nice because I'm a part of that group of foundational Black Americans. I can trace my roots back to 1526 as foundational Black Americans, which is, we're talking about a lot of my ancestors being Black Native Americans. Some Indians were, Indians, American Indians, right? Natives were Black. Africans came over by themselves. They were here already. And some were brought over in slave boats. So all those ancestors that helped build this country, and then I'm still seeing what King Richard had to go through, Richard Williams, in order to get his two daughters to play tennis professionally, right? Tiger Woods probably had to went through the same thing. And y'all telling me we can't get reparations because y'all been helping us? Right? When we got a list of issues that we have with this thing, this psychological ideology, which I do have a little issue with, because y'all using philosophy like Christianity to push down Black nationalism, which was the Negro League Baseball league, forcing them to merge with the Major League Baseball. Yes, there's Black Major League Baseball players. I'm teaching my son how to play, but it's not really being embraced like that. Not by the league, but by people that aren't paying attention to what I'm actually saying. Because it's now I'm the one complaining about the issues that I'm going through because y'all calling me a psychological, heteronormative, patriarchal, whatever, right? That's what the leftists claim that I'm going through psychologically. When I'm saying, yo, I'm taking psychology, philosophy, and using the cognitive creativity to blast y'all with epistemology. That's using science, technology, engineering, mathematics to explain my soul, truth, enlightenment, and morality. Yeah, I can give y'all more lessons than that right now, but that's all I wanted to give y'all. This will be up on my page for a little while. And I'll be back with more Final Fantasy 12. Van and Pinello, they make a cute couple. Got my samurai sword. Hope y'all like my sword. I'm gonna build her up. I don't think they changed the armor though. I can't remember. It's been a while since I changed the game. It's cool when they actually changed your whole avatar to kind of look like whatever armor that you add to really, and that's what I like about Final Fantasy 11, which is the game before it is. And that's the one Wabi wants us to play. because it's still out. One of my first massive online role playing games. So he keeps hitting me every day saying, "Come on, come back. We can go back. We can go back and play." And it's like I got to fix this computer still, you know. And I mean, I need people to like, subscribe, share, subscribe. I got to build another computer in order for my son to play too. So it'd be me, my son, Wobby, and he said Nene gonna play. She could be Finello. So if we can get Nene and then DJ, of course, who's the knucklehead know-it-all. I'm just messing with you, DJ. And then, I mean, I have to, I have to take the reign of being the dungeon master for them. But I'll let Wobby be the leader. Who can be a little dictator. He don't want to admit it, but yes, he is. He's a little dictator. But I love my children, But I'll holler at y'all later. This was another quick 26-minute program brought to you by Volathant Modulus Tautology. I am the problem analyst consultant. If y'all need if y'all have any problems that y'all need help with, I really don't charge. I don't charge. I'll give you my business card, which is pretty much my YouTube page, where I give stuff for free. Like I get that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to help people achieve freedom, justice, and equality for free. And then all you got to do is hit the like button, share. You could send $1 to the $ Volathant, but I don't. Every dollar helps because I'm working on linear equations to break the system. That's all it takes. Patience, virtue. That's all it really takes. Humility. That's what King Richard was about. It wasn't about false pride. That's where we get confused. Right? True pride is a real thing. And that's one God, our Father, art of time, heaven Yehovah, mother's awareness, nature.